Hello everyone, my name is Erica Arrington. Welcome. Today I will be presenting a journal article to you about the Good Behavior Game, and it is titled The Good Behavior Game, A Brief Overview. It's written by P. Raymond Jocelyn, Jean M. Donaldson, Jennifer L. Austin, and Timothy R. Vollmer. To provide some information about the Good Behavior Game. It was first described in a paper written by psychologist Montrose Wolf and two of his grad students back in 1969, Harriet Barish and Marielle Saunders. The origin is still unknown. However, some believe that Montrose Wolf actually invented it himself, and then others believe that he may have possibly observed a teacher implementing this with some fourth grade students. However, it was first tested in a school in Baltimore back in the 1985-1986 school year, I believe with over 2,000 students, and they were first and second graders. And it was found to be effective and has been used ever since then. The Good Behavior Game, it is a class-wide or group contingency management strategy that involves dividing a class into teams, then teaching classroom rules, and teaching the students how to win the game. A point is delivered each time a team breaks a rule, so the group that has the fewer points at the end ultimately wins the game and is then provided with some type of reward. GBG has been found to be an effective strategy to reduce problem behaviors as well as improve appropriate peer interaction and support. How the Good Behavior Game supports PBSIS. GBG is an intervention that fits well within the PBSIS framework. Group contingencies are effective across a wide variety of students and settings and behaviors, and it can be considered a primary prevention strategy used within the PBSIS Tier 1 universal level. I have came across actually several different articles where it has been implemented it was primarily used within preschool and elementary schools. However, it has continued on to be used within various settings, such as alternative schools where students are diagnosed with emotional and behavioral disorders. It's been used in high schools. It's been used across the board to help teachers deal with those problematic behaviors. GBG includes the 4 critical components of PBS in which teachers first determine their desired outcome. So they determine exactly which targeted behaviors that they want to focus on for their particular classroom, and it's even been used for just specific amount, targeting specific students and their problematic behaviors. They collect data on the targeted behaviors, instruct students to engage in the specific practice. So once again, they teach students the expectations of the game and which behaviors will earn them a point. And then they also have systems usually in place that provides the teachers with training and ongoing support. I have read where the teachers are trained in GBG following the PBS framework, where they are given a script to follow as well as step-by-step procedures. GBG shares some of the same characteristics of PBSIS, including being an evidence-based practice, a preventive measure, and provides continuous progress monitoring. It also enables teachers to make decisions based off of the data they've collected, and as well as being able to encourage students or teach students positive behaviors that they want them to be able to exhibit and engage in the classroom. Implementing the good behavior game in the future. So I am not currently teaching within the classroom. So this is my thoughts on how I would implement the good behavior game if or when I'm able to be able to do so. So I would use the GBG in conjunction with other classroom management strategies. Participants will consist of students diagnosed with learning disabilities, including ADHD, autism, dyslexia, etc., who attend an alternative school consisting of small class sizes. I chose this particular group of participants just because that is whom I desire to work with and mainly work within an environment where the class sizes are small. A predetermined number of points will be set for my class, and the criterion for winning will be disclosed at the very beginning to my students, so they can know what the rules are. They can know exactly what to expect and which behaviors would constitute a point given. The game will be administered during each marking period. I can see this being a good strategy to use during each period, so they can earn something at the end of each marking period, and so they're working towards that big reward at that end. A preference assessment I would conduct with my students to determine specific rewards or reinforcers. And I will also teach the targeted behaviors and rules and expectations of the game to my students, ensuring that they understand them through role playing and modeling. And I will also have a visual display for them to refer to, as well as myself. So, implementing the GBG in collaboration with colleagues. So I foresee this as GBG being implemented as a school-wide contingency program, allowing classes within the different levels to compete with other classes of the same level. So once again, my idea would be able to work in an alternative school, focusing on meeting the needs of students with learning disabilities. And so that would typically be grades K through 12, and they would separate it by level. So it will be a great strategy to be able to use where each level, classes within each level are competing against one another. Teachers will be trained together, so work with my other colleagues to learn how to effectively implement GBG, and we could provide each other with ongoing support throughout the school year and via professional training days, as well as developing a specific platform that we can use to be able to ask each other questions or provide each other with feedback. A predetermined number of points will be agreed upon all of us and set for each class level. That way we're working together to ensure that it's fair for all of us as we compete against one another. And then lastly, an observer will be assigned to each class periodically to observe and take data, utilizing an inter-observer agreement, and that is just to ensure treatment, integrity, and fidelity. I'm also would collaborate them and to provide assessments of acceptance of the strategy, because if there's a teacher that doesn't believe that it will work, it will be hard for them to be able to implement the strategy and having that information up front will allow us to determine which, what we should do or how we should actually implement it as a whole. And that is it. I hope that you found my presentation interesting in regards to learning about the good behavior game. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.